Is the buzz about EVs a scam? Many reports and surveys suggest that EV owners are facing serious problems with maintenance and repair and are thinking about switching back to combustion engines. Is the hype with EVs about to end? Let's see. According to the most recent Consumer Reports survey, electric vehicles have proven to be significantly less reliable than gasoline-powered cars, trucks, and SUVs. EVs from the 2021 through 2023 model years experienced nearly 80% more problems than internal combustion engine-powered vehicles did. According to Consumer Reports, the most common complaints from EV consumers included issues with the charging and battery systems, as well as fitment issues between the body panels and interior components. The website and magazine pointed out that EV makers are still learning how to build entirely new powered systems, but as the general dependability of EVs ought to increase. However, Consumer Reports pointed out that persistent worries about dependability will probably be compounded with worries about increased prices, a lack of charging stations, and lengthy charging times, causing many purchasers to hesitate before deciding to adopt the new technology. The story is really one of growing pains, said Jake Fisher, Senior Director of Auto Testing and Consumer Reports. It's a story of just working out the bugs and kinks of the new technology. The survey also found that fully electric cars are less likely to have problems than plug-in hybrids, which can run on battery power before switching to a gas-electric drivetrain. Fisher noted that plug-ins have two distinct, intricate power systems, each of which is susceptible to malfunctions. He also mentioned the fact that plug-in hybrids are now being mass-produced by manufacturers like Volvo and Jeep, which have generally shown to be less dependable over time. However, tried and true integrated gas-electric hybrid systems are more dependable than gasoline-powered cars, mostly because their flaws have essentially been worked out throughout their roughly 25 years of use, according to Fisher. Consumer Reports contrasted EVs with other car types using survey data obtained from subscribers who owned EVs from the 2021 through 2023 model years. The group have significant issues like battery or engine failures, more weight when determining a car's average problem rate. Do you know that EVs are facing twice the problems of gas-fueled cars? Michael Coram of Lockport, New York, which is close to Buffalo, is one of the EV owners whose cars have experienced issues. With the goal of cutting down on his commute expenses, Coram purchased a 2023 Chevrolet Bolt electric SUV in July after being drawn to its agile handling. One annoying issue that 44-year-old Coram, a heating and air conditioning specialist, reported having was his Bolt refusing to shift into drive on a frigid mid-November day. Coram eventually had the issue resolved on its own after turning the car on and off 10 or 12 times, and he hasn't had it since. Other owners informed Coram on a Bolt social media community that it's possible he placed the SUV in motion before the computer had completed the startup process. "It kind of is a bit too much for the computer to handle," he said. Coram now holds off on pressing the drive button until all of the dashboard lights have gone dark when the loaner car was ready for him. He stated his dealer informed him that mechanics would inspect the Bolt due to production flaws that could result in fires. General Motors recalls its well-liked electric Bolt from the 2017 through 2022 model years in 2021 and replaced the batteries. According to Fisher, Bolt owners were required to store their vehicles outside and restrict how much they charged the batteries until new ones were made available. According to Fisher, repairs were still ongoing this year, which is why some Bolt owners complain about issues in the Consumer Reports poll. A charging management computer was also mentioned by owners of Hyundai's Ioniq 5 EV as a source of battery and charging problems, which occasionally resulted in stalling of the cars. Rivian, a startup producer of electric SUVs and pickup trucks, had malfunctioning interior components and had problems getting body panels to line up properly, according to Fisher. According to Fisher, Tesla, the leader in EV sales, has improved its reliability over the years thanks to years of experience in vehicle construction. This was mostly due to the fact that a sizable share of Tesla sales are made up of the comparatively compact and affordable Model 3 and Model Y SUVs. These are easier to construct and don't have the new, prone to malfunctioning technology that Tesla offers in the Model S and X, which are more costly cars. Tesla moved up from 19th place in 2022 to 14th place out of 30 car brands in the 2023 survey. According to the survey, Lexus, Toyota's luxury brand, was the most dependable, followed by Toyota Mini, Acura, and Honda. Mercedes-Benz, Chrysler, Jeep, Volkswagen, and Rivian were the 5 brands with the lowest rankings. Compact automobiles were the most dependable market sector, followed by luxury mid-range and big cars, sports cars, small pickup trucks, and mid-size and large cars. The least dependable vehicles were electric cars, electric SUVs, full-size trucks, mid-size trucks, and electric pickup trucks. Earlier, the Wall Street Journal revealed that a San Francisco resident named Scott McFigan got a repair bill of $22,000 after his neighbor backed into the Rivian pickup truck. EV owners like McFigan are facing a surprising downside to their new vehicles as they tend to be expensive to fix after a crash. Even a slight dent takes a lot of money to fix. So what is the main problem here? As the technology behind electric vehicles is still developing, there aren't an adequate number of qualified repair persons and workshops that can repair your EV. When there is a lack of professionals, fixing an EV may cost you an arm and a leg. Also, the average repair cost of an EV in the US is over $6,000 compared with over $42,000 for other vehicles. This makes EVs not affordable to an average US family, and repairing them takes months. On top of that, there was another report saying that a man was unable to drive his EV as there were complaints about the engine due to the cold weather. So the question is, if you're living in a cold climate area or a cyclone-prone area and you don't have access to the power grid and you run out of batteries, what are you gonna do? Unless you have a combustion engine vehicle, you can get in trouble in such a situation. This makes us think that EVs are not replacement for combustion engine vehicles, but they are supplementary. Here comes the importance of hybrid vehicles. According to a recent survey, almost half of Americans say they're unlikely to buy an electric car as their next vehicle due to the high price and shortage of charging locations. Merely 19% of participants in the survey, conducted by the Associated Press, NORC Center for Public Affairs Research and the Energy Policy Institute at the University of Chicago, stated that it is very or extremely likely that they will purchase an electric vehicle as their next vehicle. According to the survey, almost 80% of people say that not having access to charging infrastructure is the main reason they haven't purchased an electric vehicle. People from urban, suburban, and rural areas all share their issues. According to Jennifer Benz, Deputy Director of the AP NORC Center, there is plenty of interest in purchasing an electric vehicle, but barriers to more people driving them include the high upfront cost of owning one and concerns about the country's charging infrastructure. Building support for an EV future will require policies that address these concerns. Affordability is another concern. EVs continue to be significantly more expensive than their combustion counterparts, and the US introducing tax benefits. The cost is too high for the typical American automobile buyer, as loan rates are at a 2-decade high. The results coincide with the Biden administration's vigorous efforts to increase EV sales and move the nation towards renewable energy. In an effort to reduce emissions and slow down climate change, the White House has set a target that by 2030, up to half of all new car sales will be electric. Speaking about climate change, it should be understood by now that electric cars are only as clean as their power supply. Experts debate whether, when manufacturing and battery life are taken into consideration, electric automobiles are more environmentally harmful than gas guzzlers. The market for electric cars has never been more mainstream thanks to a variety of new models from well-known automakers like Toyota and Chevy, as well as California's subsidies for electric car consumers. Tesla's emphasis on high-end luxurious automobiles has increased demands for their products. Electric cars are now more than just an environmental statement. They're now a status symbol in the IT industry. However, when the production process for the automobiles and their batteries are taken into consideration, some experts find the zero emissions claim irritating. They have continued to debate whether or not electric cars are truly more environmentally benign than gas guzzlers. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining, then don't forget to hit the like button below. And if you want to stay updated with more content like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the red button and just ringing the notification bell so you never miss any future content from us. Your support means the world to us.